Tyson still has the same hunger now he's at the top. He'll only come back to get the biggest bags, not the biggest belts. We found that quote.
All these belts, he's already got had them.
John Fury and his son are at odds once again, with John launching scathing comments towards Tyson after the heavyweight champion attempted to persuade Oleksandr Usyk into a rare trilogy fight. This comes on the heels of Tyson Fury's decision to kick his father out of his corner and training camp ahead of the fight. Naturally, John Fury has expressed his displeasure with his son's actions.
He just thinks, okay, he wants to be known as the richest boxer and take Floyd Mayweather's title in a different way. Now all of a sudden, click, he's gone money mad, thinking he can compete with the Saudis, which is impossible. They've got more money than sand, haven't they? And there's a lot of sand in Arabia. So, but that, to me, I can tell now.
When Tyson Fury eventually lost the fight, it seemed to prove his father's point, that John Fury wasn't the root of his problems. This has further strained their relationship. And with Tyson now seeking a trilogy fight after another defeat to Oleksandr Usyk, John has urged him to retire rather than pursue another losing battle. However, Tyson Fury is likely not considering retirement just yet, as he still aims to make more money from the sport.
Been in camp and he has put some slog in because I've slaughtered him, and I mean slaughtered him because he's needed it, and you're going to see the benefit of that Saturday night on social.
Contrary to John Fury's angry view on Tyson's future in the sport, there are potential scenarios following December 22nd. Had Fury won the second fight, fans would have likely anticipated a final showdown. Tyson himself hinted at this in an interview before the fight, stating, "When I win on Saturday night, I think there's got to be a trilogy next year for sure," he told Al Arabiya.
For it, man, and I've been around fighting men all my life. I can see inside the soul. He knows he's facing the best Tyson Fury, and what we've worked on, and how he is.
Joshua's career is in shambles right now, and he must rebuild after his last fight. However, a matchup with Usyk, both the one that took place on Saturday and a potential rematch afterward, would be a thrilling opportunity for Fury. Having been part of legendary trilogies before, notably facing Deontay Wilder 3 times between 2018 and 2021, culminating in a stunning 11th round knockout in the final bout, Fury knows the stakes. The possibility of a trilogy would also depend on Usyk's willingness to face Fury once more, as well as the physical condition of both fighters after such a grueling contest. If both men are willing to step into the ring again, it's clear that the sport's power brokers would likely support what could be a historic battle to definitively crown the best heavyweight of the modern era.
Been in camp and he has put some slog in because I've slaughtered him, and I mean slaughtered him because he's needed it, and you're going to see the benefit of that Saturday night.
It took long enough for Fury and Usyk to finally meet in the ring, but after another defeat, could Fury shift his focus and satisfy fans who are clamoring for a British super fight with Anthony Joshua? With Fury at 36 and Joshua 35, time is running out for them to settle a rivalry that has simmered for years. Joshua, who suffered a brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois, is eyeing Usyk next, but could also make a case for fighting Fury. Despite his loss in September at Wembley, Joshua still carries a massive aura and fan base. Earlier this year, Fury seemed to signal that the long-awaited clash could and should happen.
Nothing. My father used to say, if you want things, go and get them yourself. I can't give them you because I don't want to. I'm happy with my life. I've give you life, go and do the best you can with it. And I'm old school, me. I'm probably Victorian, never mind old, but that's the way I live my life. And
at the end of the day, Fury believes it would be a travesty if he and Joshua didn't fight. No matter if Joshua loses 20 fights, if he doesn't win another one, or if he's 10 years away from the game, we have to fight, Fury said. I did an interview recently and said it doesn't matter if we're 50 years old, we'll have to fight. Fury reflected on missing out on a huge fight with David Price, once a rising British hope, which could have been massive in either London or Manchester. But that's gone now, Fury added, emphasizing that the Fury-Joshua clash must happen. While this might not be the fight fans most want to see, it could still become a reality. Fury, who turns 37 next year, has been through countless battles in his career, but now enjoys a comfortable family life.
you spoil a kid and he's good for now. I don't care how talented he is. If they're spoiled, they're no good. It's like Tyson. He was never spoiled. He didn't have all his own way. He had just the same.
For those reasons, Fury decided to hang up his gloves. Understandably, he remained coy about his future following his second defeat to Usyk. When asked if he would continue fighting, the 36-year-old responded, "I'm having some time off. I might do, I might not. Who knows? We'll talk about that next year." Fury had initially planned to retire at 34 but later reconsidered. Speaking on Instagram last February, he hinted that he still had plenty left in him. "I keep hearing people say I should retire or that I'm retiring soon, but I ain't retiring. I've got 2 fights with Usyk for the undisputed title."
Walking to Jimmy Egan's gym in the rain, getting on the bike, him and his brother Shane. I said, right, walk, I'm not taking you, I'm too busy. If you want to do it, go and do it. Let's see what you've got. Let's see how much you really want this job. And they do, they prevail.
"Then I'm going to fight AG at least once, maybe twice if there's a rematch after the first battering I give him. After that, I'll fight Francis Ngannou again, and that's just the start. So there's 5 big fights to whet your appetite with. I ain't going nowhere. I'm 35 years old and in the prime of my life." Well, the fight went exactly as expected after all. What else could we have expected from these valiant warriors?
Up there when he was giving Usyk some beef and saying, "I'm the champion, you're effing this and you're effing that and you rabbit," and he was getting wound up, you could see that he actually got a bit of hatred for Usyk there because it's ruined his legacy. And
Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury gave it their all, battling with heart and putting their bodies on the line in a thrilling revenge match that boxing fans will remember for years. The 37-year-old Usyk and 36-year-old Fury faced off on December 21st at the Kingdom Arena, with the unified heavyweight championship on the line. Much like their first encounter, the fight kept fans on the edge of their seats, delivering relentless, non-stop action.
People had me at least 2. I just don't know. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's happened now. I know boxing, been in it all my life. You can't change no decision.
The fight logically went the distance, unfolding as a tactical seesaw where the judges' scorecards ultimately determined the winner. It was Usyk who emerged victorious, with the cards reading 116 to 112 in his favor across the board, concluding this historic 2-fight rivalry. Fury began strong, using his jab and sweeping hooks to take advantage of his reach. He also unleashed a quick 1-2, a tactic that had been missing in their first fight. Meanwhile, Usyk focused on targeting Fury's body and landing high jabs. Though Fury appeared to be ahead in the early rounds, the momentum shifted in the 4th when Usyk found his rhythm, doubling his offense with combinations and working to control the distance by cutting off the ring. Despite this, Fury's reach and jabs continued to trouble Usyk.
But I just always feel a little bit hard done by. Not a little bit, actually a lot, but I think when you don't get the knockout, this is what happens. You can't guarantee a win.
The tactical battle saw Usyk continuously trying to land his high left jab on Fury's chin, and it ultimately ended with a decision win for Usyk. He maintained the tempo and increased his output in the later rounds, sweeping them. However, questions about Fury's future arose as he immediately stormed out of the ring. Frank Warren, visibly stunned, addressed the crowd, protesting against the result.
No, I certainly didn't. I didn't see how one judge could only didn't give him a round from round 6 onwards, and the other 2 gave him 1 round.
Frank Warren expressed his disappointment over the result, saying, "He's Tyson Fury, very disappointed, as am I. I don't understand how he has only won 4 rounds. It's too early to say right after a fight when emotions are running high, but it's nuts. I'm very disappointed, but it is what it is. He'll make up his mind." These comments didn't sit well with fans, who took to social media to criticize the promoter for his unfounded remarks. Jake Donovan criticized Warren, accusing him of spewing sour grapes over the scorecards, while Oleksandr Usyk triumphantly raised a samurai sword in the air. Many onlookers felt Usyk had done enough to secure the win, though several closely contested rounds could have influenced how the fight was scored. One user advised Warren to maintain his calm and composure, suggesting, "Composure, mate. You've got big stars and big fights to make still."
Of his career, he's had back-to-back defeats now. Can he mentally cope with that and retire? I know he's got 100 million quid in the bank, which is going to soften the blow. But just from what I've seen him in the Netflix documentary, he loves fighting and he loves being the champ. He loves being on top. So I sincerely hope Tyson Fury